Welcome to day 12 of 31 mindful days. Today is about the thoughts. Now, whatever time of day you're doing this, guaranteed you've already thought something about the day ahead or the day that has been. Perhaps even overthought something. Overthinking is exhausting, uncertain, and leaves us often feeling like we've gotten nowhere. There are so many physiological responses that happen with overthinking, and quite often we don't know or aren't aware of them. They may even come out in our actions or behaviours, and it's not until later that perhaps we realise something wasn't quite right. So today, I'd like to read you something from a book that I have used throughout my learnings of mindfulness and meditation. I was given this book about 10 years ago. When I first picked it up, I honestly couldn't make sense of it. I wasn't ready to read what I was meant to. And then a few years ago, I picked it up again out of curiosity. The words bounced off the page at me. I couldn't believe it. It was so profound. I go back to this book quite often. It helps me recalibrate, get back on track sometimes. So I invite you now to get comfortable. You can keep your eyes open if you like and see how it feels to listen to the words, or you can close your eyes and enjoy the words wash over you. Identification with your mind, which causes thought to become compulsive. Not to be able to stop thinking is a dreadful affliction. But we don't realise this because almost everybody is suffering from it. So it is considered normal. This incessant mental noise prevents you from finding the realm of your inner stillness that is inseparable from being. It also creates a false mind-made self that casts a shadow of fear and suffering. The French philosopher René Descartes believed that he had found the most fundamental truth when he made his famous statement, "I think, therefore I am." He had, in fact, given expression to the most basic error, to equate thinking with being and identity with thinking. The compulsive thinker, which means almost everyone, lives in a state of apparent separateness, in an insanely complex world of continuous problems and conflict, a world that reflects the ever-increasing fragmentation of the mind. Enlightenment is a state of wholeness, of being at one and therefore at peace. At one with life is a manifested aspect, the world as well as your deepest self and life unmanifested, at one with being. Enlightenment, it is not only the end of suffering and of continuous conflict within and without, but also the end of the dreadful enslavement to incessant thinking. Identification with your mind creates an opaque screen of concepts, labels, images, words, and judgments. This blocks all true relationship. It comes between you and yourself, between you and your fellow people, between you and nature. It is this screen of thought that creates the illusion of separateness, the illusion that there is you and a totally separate other. So we find consciousness. We find freedom from our mind. When you listen to a thought, you are aware not only of the thought, but also of yourself as the witness of that thought. A new dimension of consciousness has come in. As you listen to the thought, you feel a conscious presence, your deeper self, behind or underneath the thought, as it were. This thought then loses its power over you and quickly subsides, because you are no longer energizing the mind through identification with it. This is the beginning of the end of involuntary and compulsive thinking. As you allow the words to wash over you, perhaps something in that rung true. Perhaps there was some sort of visceral response in your body to the words, knowing that you may have overthought at some point and caused a little discomfort within you. All of this is okay. The process of becoming more self-aware, becoming the observer, takes time, takes compassion, you will fully support yourself throughout the process of being more self-aware. Each time you sit, listen, and allow your body and mind to connect together. Throughout your day, notice whether that mind of yours gets caught up, and is it necessary? We want to stay connected to ourselves, to our people, and to nature and the earth. Enjoy the process of learning about your thoughts. It's another layer to understanding who you are. Be kind, especially to yourself. After you're sitting, I invite you to write some things down that you noticed about your thoughts and about your body and how you felt. Have an amazing day, and I look forward to next time.